It is midnight, but I wanted to get this video done tonight because I have a bunch of stuff to do for the rest of this week, and I wouldn't be able to do a really good job if I waited until sometime later on this week. Plus the VIB sale, the spring sale is coming up soon, so I kind of want to get it out rather quickly. But in any case, number one, excuse my ghostly appearance. I'm testing out a new foundation, and as you can tell, it did not go very well. But I'm actually going to give it another chance because I kind of like the finish. I'm just going to use one of my mixers and see what I can spark. Why you look like that? Calm down. Calm down. Okay, yeah, so I'm going to use another mixer, and I'm going to show you guys what foundation it is in sometime later on this week, maybe? No, next week. If you guys see me looking down, is because I have my little list here, and even though it's not ordered, yeah, probably should have planned this out a little bit better, but, you know, it's me, so, alright, so, actually, I really don't have that much. I really don't have that many recommendations. First of all, I don't think that I'm actually going to shop the spring sale this year. If I do shop the spring sale, it's probably gonna be a whole bunch of skincare stuff, simply because, like I said in my last video, I did shop the VIB sale in November, and I spent well over a G on that sale. So I feel like I've gotten all the makeup that I kind of want at this point. So that was such a really, I didn't, but I'm kind of feeling skincare right now. So if I do shop the sale, I'm probably going to wind up getting a lot of skincare, especially since Sephora just debuted a bunch of new Japanese skincare products from lines that I do know and lines that I don't know. So that's kind of where my basket is at this moment in time, and that's what I'm kind of feeling right now. However, I do have some recommendations for y'all with the VIB sale. Well, is this a VIB sale? No, it's a spring sale. So yeah, I do have some recommendations for y'all with the spring sale. But first things first, when it comes to Sephora sales, especially the spring sale, since the discount for the spring sale isn't as much as the one for the VIB sale, or maybe it's, actually I think it's only different for, I think it's only different for Rouge, because I know Rouge got 20% in the VIB sale. I'm not sure if, did VIB get 20% also? I don't know. But in any case, with the spring sale, I think everybody gets 15%. I think VIB and Rouge get 15%, and I think Beauty Insiders get 10% off. So my recommendation is always going to be skincare, skincare, skincare for the most part, because skincare is expensive, especially like decent skincare. Like, you can always do drugstore stuff. Generally speaking, I don't use a lot of drugstore skincare because it usually doesn't work very well for me, or it takes an inordinate amount of time to work. So I generally stick to more higher end skincare, even though I really hate paying the price for it, because I really don't feel like it should cost that much, but it does. So I do have some skincare recommendations for you guys, stuff that I've actually used before and I think is absolutely wonderful, but it's really pricey normally. I'm going to try to throw the pictures and prices right here if I can figure out how to do it, because, like, y'all know I struggle with stuff like that. So I'm gonna try real hard. That's why I wanted to get the video done tonight, so I would have enough time to muck around tomorrow and get everything right. So yeah, I'm gonna try to put everything here, but hang out, because we're about to jump into the skincare stuff right now. So I'm going to start off with some sets first, simply because I feel like you get the best value for your money with sets, especially with skincare sets. And if you guys watched my Japanese skincare faves video, you know that I'm a huge fan of Tatcha. So one of the first sets that that they have at Sephora, and I'm like I said, I don't know the prices right now, but I will throw the prices up there at the end. But one of the first sets that they have is a trial size of the water cream and the water cream and the deep cleansing gel. They both come in, I think the water cream is like a 0.25 size. And like I said, I have used the water cream. I do like it. I don't think it's anything special, but it's really good as a daytime moisturizer. If you have like, if you have combination oily skin and you're looking for a really light daytime moisturizer, especially in the daytime, what the hell? It's a really good daytime moisturizer if you have combination oily skin. The deep cleanse I haven't used yet. I'm probably, if I do pick up anything, I'm probably going to pick up that little set because I kind of want to try the deep cleanse before I commit to a bigger size. But yeah, they do have a trial set of both the deep cleanse and the water cream in one. The next Tatcha set is actually a better, would actually be a better set for me because it has the luminous dewy skin mist, and it is the 1 ounce size that's in there. It also has a trial size of the Pure Camellia cleansing oil, which you guys know I absolutely love, and then the Violet Sea Radiance Mask, which I haven't tried yet, but I've heard that it's really good. And I think that one is $39. I could be wrong. The price will be here with it. But yeah, that is another set from Tatcha. So if you guys were thinking of trying anything from Tatcha, those two right there, those two sets are really good. And I think both of them are under $40. I guess this set is usually a big freaking deal during the holidays. It's the Peter Thomas Roth Maskaholic set. This particular set comes with 4 of the masks. You get the Irish Moor Mud Mask, the Pumpkin Enzyme Mask, the 24K Gold Mask, the Cucumber Gel Mask, and then you get a tub of the 24K Hydrogel eye patches for $75. Now that is a little bit pricey, but if you only get one skincare thing and you've been wanting to try out these, by the way, these are the large sizes of the masks, and I think they're all 8 ounces or better. So $75, when you think about one of those masks alone is somewhere between $30 and $40. $75 is really not that big a deal. But yeah, that is the first one from Peter Thomas Roth. If you don't feel like spending $75, they do have another one where you get all five masks, but they all come in like little tubes, and I think that one is $25. But yeah, for $75, I don't think you can do a better deal on this Maskaholic. And I don't remember if I said, but Rouge gets to shop early. The Rouge sale starts on the 13th to the 16th, and then they still get to shop again when the regular sale starts. And I think the regular sale, I don't know when the regular sale starts, so don't quote me, but Rouge gets to shop from the 13th to Rouge gets to shop from the 13th to the 16th. So if you were actually eyeing those Peter Thomas Roth sets, I would say get you a friend who's Rouge so they could get it for you, because those tend to sell out really, really fast. Another skincare set is from another brand that I absolutely love, and it says Ole Henriksen. I was like totally not a fan of Ole Henriksen. I really thought like the brand was a lot of hype until I used the I wasn't a fan until I used the Truth Serum, and that thing is the truth. Let me tell you, it will brighten your skin. It will help to clear up your skin. It won't clear your skin up entirely, but it will start you on the way to clearing your skin up. They have a gift set called the Little Wonders gift set. There are 2 of them. There's one with the full-size products, which I think is like $72, and then there's another one with minis of the same products, which is, I believe, $35. Once again, prices will be here. However, what comes in that set is the Sheer Transformation Perfecting Moisturizer, the Truth Serum, and I think it's a 0.5 ounce Truth Serum, which doesn't sound like a lot, but that joint lasted me like 2 months. So, yeah. And then the Invigorating Night Transformation Gel. I haven't used the Night Transformation Gel, but I have used the Transformation Perfecting Moisturizer, and that thing is the truth. If you have oily skin or combination skin, you can put that on in the daytime underneath your makeup and not even have to worry about getting oily throughout the day or your makeup slipping and sliding. And then if you have really oily skin or combination oily skin, but your skin tends to swing oily very easily like mine, they also have another set called the Balance It All set, which is a you get an oil control toner, an oil control cream, and a oil control hydrating day cream for price will be there. Yeah, so if you have truly oily skin, that one is going to be for you. So this next product I definitely have a love-hate relationship with. It is the Clinique Even Better Clinical Spot Corrector and Optimizer. There are two sizes. There is the 1 ounce size, which is I believe $49, and then there is the 1.7 ounce size, which is $79. Let me tell you something about this thing. I started using it, and within not even an entire day, I used it the night before, and when I woke up the next morning and I went over to my friend's house in the morning, she was like, oh my god, your skin, why does your face look like that? It's that good. Like, it literally cleared me. It evened out my skin within, I want to say, like a week and a half. The only issue that I have with it is that you have to use it consistently. Like, you have to use it consistently. You have to use it at night, and you have to use it at daytime. It also mattifies your skin, not in a bad way though, but like if you have excess oil, it will help with that excess oil as well. But it does start to even out your skin tone. The only problem is once you stop using it, the benefits gradually kind of go away. So it's one of those products that you have to keep using and using and using. And for that reason, I probably won't purchase it again. But if you're looking for like very quick, very easy, something that's going to work fast, and you don't have that much, because I have a lot of hyperpigmentation, so it's going to take a lot for my skin to clear up completely. So I would probably have to keep repurchasing it over and over and over again, and ain't nobody got time for that. So I'm probably not going to repurchase it. But if you just need something that's going to be quick, and you don't have that much hyperpigmentation to tackle, and you don't have that much unevenness to tackle, that is a really good option. Another one of my favorite Japanese brands is on this list, Boscia. They have a discovery set with 4 of their best sellers. I actually really like this souffle gel that comes in here, and I actually think that the full size is on sale right now as well. So if you want to try that one, just that one, I think right now it is $28. It's normally $39, but it's $28 right now. But this is a discovery set, and it has their best sellers in there. The only thing that I don't like from this set is the charcoal mask, because I have you can't really see it, but I have hair, like really fine hairs all over my face, like peach fuzz. So when I use it, and then I have this really low hairline, and I try to avoid it, but stuff gets in there anyway. So when I use it, it is kind of hard to take off, and I can feel every hair popping out as I remove that mask. So that's the only thing that I don't like from the brand. But the other 4 items that are in here, you get the Purifying Cleansing Gel, which is really good if you have oily skin. And then you have the Charcoal Deep Pore Peel Gel, which, yeah, it's an exfoliant. It's not as gentle as the glycolic one that I have, but it's still, it's a gel exfoliant, and it's actually really good. I've used it a couple of times, and like I said, it's not really great for sensitive skin, so it kind of gave me a couple of little pimples and I stopped using it. But when I did use it and I washed it off, my skin looked like super bright. But yeah, so this is a discovery set from Boscia. If you were ever thinking of getting anything from the brand, this discovery set is a really good place to start. Okay, my last skincare item is from Caudalie. It's the Vino Perfect, and this dropped in December. It's a relatively new product. It is the Vino Perfect Overnight Recovery Cream and Renewal Cream, my bad. It is $59. Yeah. You only get 1 ounce for $59. However, this cream is so thick. that I got a sample size that was about yay big that lasted me 3 months in the wintertime when my skin is extremely parched. So yeah, it will last you forever. Between that and the Tatcha, I prefer the Tatcha, clearly. I prefer the Tatcha. But if I run out of the Tatcha, I will use this one. And this is the only overnight cream that I will use because it's the only one that manages to hydrate my skin, especially in the winter when I'm like super, super dry. And I was really dry this winter, without me waking up in the morning and the first thing I'm seeing is my shiny nose. So yeah, this is, if you're looking for, if you have really dry skin and you're looking for a good night cream that is not going to clog your pores and cause breakouts, this Vino Perfect renewal cream is a really good one. It's a little bit pricey. It's $59. It could be cheaper, but it's not. But it's really, really good. At least it's not 110 like the Tatcha. Priorities. Down to brass tacks. I know y'all want to hear about makeup, so here we go. I have tried 101 foundations this year, and keeping it real, there are 1, 2, 3. Keeping it real, there are only about 4 foundations that I would highly, highly recommend. Of the gazillion that I've tried over the last year, and one of them I'm not going to recommend because there's no point. They don't have enough shades. But first, at the top of my list, and I don't care who comes for me for this, is my Huda foundation. That's it. Huda, 3 foundations. My 3 top foundations right now, well, not right now, my 3 top foundations that I would recommend, and not just for the finish, but because of the shade range, are Huda, number one. I love my Huda foundation. That is the best full coverage foundation I have ever used in my life. Like, it is perfect, it is beautiful, and it does not feel or look like full coverage. It just looks like skin. A close second is the Dior, the hell is it called? Is it called Dior Forever? Yeah, the Dior Forever Undercover Foundation. That is a close second. The only reason why it's not first is because the color match is not great on me. If the color match were better, then yeah, it would probably tie in first place with the Huda foundation. The third foundation is going to be the Marc Jacobs foundation. I knew y'all knew I was gonna say that. You did. That Marc Jacobs foundation is bae. Because I am someone who does not like full coverage, especially full coverage that feels like full coverage and looks like full coverage, which is why the fact that I'm recommending both the Dior and the Huda foundation, weird, I know. But yeah, that Marc Jacobs foundation is kind of perfect because, like, it almost acts like it's mad expensive for what it does. Let's be honest about it. It is mad expensive for what it does, for the mere fact that it really doesn't give that much coverage. Like, if your skin is perfect, then it's probably a better foundation for you. I have easily concealed, flaws or whatever. So for me, it's not a big deal. But if you're looking for something more full coverage, I would say go for the Huda or the Dior foundation. The other foundation, which is not a foundation that I really like and I'm really, really going to recommend for you guys to try this foundation at least. Now, it looks like it doesn't have a lot of shades, but I find that the shades are generally pretty freaking flexible, and it is super comfy. It's super comfortable. It looks like skin. And it actually has skincare benefits. Skincare benefits that actually work, because I wore that sucker for like a week straight, and it was, my skin actually looked better after a week. I don't know what the hell is in it, but Lancome is doing something, so you guys know that I am talking about. I'm sorry, like, I'm really sleepy, and when I'm sleepy, my nose gets clogged. Well, I'm not sleepy, I'm tired. When I'm tired, my nose gets clogged, so that's why I'm like sniffling and, you know, trying to clear my nasal passage. But in any case, the foundation that I'm talking about, well, not the foundation, the skin tint that I'm talking about is the Lancome Skin Feels Good skin tint. That's your one and done. That's legit your one and done. Like, you could just slap that sucker on and go. Just like the Marc Jacobs. So, although the Marc Jacobs has more shades, I feel like the Lancome is more accessible simply because it's at a better price point, and I feel like the shades are more flexible because the coverage isn't like, oh my god, coverage. It really isn't, and I feel like it's super flexible and kind of adaptable. Just don't be me and get the wrong color. Do better, because you can. Alright, so I'm gonna recommend a couple of things from Sephora collection for you guys to get. I feel like Sephora collection gets slept on a lot, but they have really quality stuff. So, like, I don't know why people don't go more for Sephora brand, because their shit is tight. But anyway, the two palettes that I got, I don't know if you guys remember, put them right here. The Spice Market palette, which is the first one that I got, which is a hyper warm palette, which I got it, but I don't use it because it's too warm for me. Maybe in the summertime, yeah, probably in the summertime when I'm darker, it'll look better and it won't just look like I'm slapping like red dirt on my face. But that palette is a excellent palette. So if you're a little bit darker than me and a lot more warm toned, well, not necessarily warm toned, my undertones are weird, so it just looks too warm on me. But but it's a good palette. The Sephora, the Spice Market palette, and the second palette that I got, I can't even remember the name of it, but I'm gonna put it up here. I think both of those were $20. Don't quote me. I'll also put the price here as well. But yeah, both of those palettes are really good palettes. You get blush, highlighter. You get a blush and highlighter in both, and in the first palette, the Spice Market palette, you get a contour, and the contour is actually dark enough for me. So yeah, I don't see the drawback on getting that palette at all. The second palette, if you're more cool toned, then that's probably a better palette for you if you're more cool toned. The highlighters are kind of icy, but I personally prefer icy highlighters. If you prefer icy highlighters, then that one is a good one as well for you if you prefer icy highlighters. Also, don't sleep on Sephora single blushes. Sephora single blushes are the business. Go check out my my blush. I did 2 videos on blushes for darker skin tones, for tan to dark skin tones, and I have a couple of Sephora blushes in there. Go check those out, because yeah, those are Sephora. Perfect time to get every single freaking shade of the Lip Stories that you wanted to get. Every freaking single shade. Yeah, my videos for those are there. I did something like 25 colors or something like that in 2 videos, so you can check the videos out. Everything is swatched and lip swatched on, so you can see what they look like on a skin tone similar to yours, I guess, or not. You just want to see what the colors look like. Videos are in my list of videos, so check those out. Get every single color you ever wanted. Since we're talking about lips, I have 2 lip recommendations that I absolutely swear by. One is the Huda liquid matte lipsticks are the most, y'all, I own a lot of lipsticks, especially liquid lipsticks. I own a lot, but the Huda liquid lipsticks that I own get the most play because they are the most comfortable liquid lipsticks I've ever used in my life. Like, I don't know what kind of alchemy she out there working, but those lipsticks are so comfortable and they freaking last forever. Like, listen, I'll forget that I have those lipsticks on and I will do all kinds of things. I will eat all day and they will last a good 8 hours with very minimal fading. They do have The sets that they had over Christmas, I'm gonna put it right here. The sets that they have had over Christmas, there are 4 of them. You can get a red. There's the reds. There's the pinks. There's the nudes, and I don't remember what the last one was. But over the holidays, they were $25. They're now $33. I see you, Huda. I see what you did, but it's cool. They are minis. Personally speaking, I think I told you guys I'm coming around to mini sizes because I don't finish full size stuff anyway. So those will work really well. If you guys need to see what the minis look like, how big they are, this is the one that I had gotten over the holidays. This is the Reds kit. This one comes with Showgirl. I can't even remember, and I can't see. This one comes with Showgirl, Material Girl, we're gonna try again. This one comes with Showgirl, Heartbreaker, Famous, and Material Girl. Yeah, this is what it looks like. Well, it'll be right side up when you get it. I really only have 2 recommendations for lips, like liquid lipsticks and then the Sephora lip stores, because I feel like with the Sephora lip stores especially, you can get you can get just about any finish that you want, any color that you want, and dude, they're $8. Oh, I do actually have one more lip recommendation. It is the Sephora Favorites Give Me Some New Lip, I think it's called. It has a full-size Marc Jacob lipstick in it. This is $28. You get 5 products. You get a full-size Smashbox liquid lipstick. You get a full-size Marc Jacobs Beauty lipstick. You get another mini of the Huda, but it's one of the strobing ones, which if you wanted to check those out as well, you can get that. And it's a pretty accessible color. And then you get a mini version of Fenty Beauty Candy Venom matte, what is it called? Whatever it's called. And then you get a Trestique lip tint, which that's like the only product in there that felt like a waste. But yeah, that's $28. You get 2 full-size products, one of which is more than the cost of the box of products that you're getting. So that's a pretty good deal. I did have 2 fragrance recommendations, but one of them is really, really expensive, so I'm not even going to throw that one out there, even though they have really good fragrances. But the other one is Tocca. If you haven't tried Tocca scents, what are you doing with your life? Seriously, I want to know, what are you doing with your life? My favorite perfume of forever is Tocca Florence. I didn't get a big bottle because I don't like, I like roller balls. So I have about 4 of these little roller balls. I think they're 25. They also have a thing called a hair perfume. I also have that. I use that like every couple of days. So that's another reason for the roller ball, because when I use the hair perfume, I don't really have to use the, listen, I am so obsessed with that fragrance that I have the roller ball, I have the hair perfume, I have the shower gel, and I have the body lotion, which, by the way, the body lotion is actually really good, even though usually with products like that, the body lotions are just kind of crap. But no, this one is actually really, really good. It has shea butter in it. It has sweet almond oil. It's just really, really good for your skin. It's actually quite nourishing. So if you haven't checked out Tocca fragrances, they have a sample pack. A sample pack of 4 of their most, 2 of their most popular fragrances. One of them I think is Florence, and the other one is Cleopatra. And then 2 of the new ones, and I think it's only $48, and each of them are 0.5 ounce, I believe. Yeah, each of them is 0.5 ounce for $48. So if you want a good fragrance recommendation, check out some Tocca fragrances. Tocca is an Italian brand, but for me, their fragrances are more, well, no, I was going to say they're more like French fragrances, but they're not quite as flowery as French fragrances. They tend to be more fresh and fresh and warm. Yeah, they tend to be more fresh and warm. French fragrances tend to be a little bit more on the floral side, which is why I don't really like them. But yeah, Toka fragrances are good. So if you were looking for a new fragrance and you like fresh, warm scents, Toka. Get you some Toka. You'll thank me later. Y'all need to pick up this Black Up primer. That's it. Like, you just need to. That is all. That Black Up primer is the truth. That Black Up bronzing primer, listen, talk about the most subtle glow to your skin. The most absolutely subtle glow to the skin. But your foundation lasts for days. Like if you wanted to wear it for 4 days, okay, I'm exaggerating. But it does actually extend the wear of your foundation. Like your foundation will not slip. It's not going anywhere. Regardless of the fact that it's a radiant foundation, a radiant primer. It's not going anywhere. It's here to stay when you use that primer. It's a bit pricey, but it's worth it. It really, really is worth it. So, someone asked me earlier today, I believe. Was it today or yesterday? It might have been yesterday. I don't remember. No, today. Someone asked me earlier today if I had any palette recommendations for the sale. I actually have a couple, but there is one palette recommendation that, like, I wasn't going to make it, but then I was just like, you know what? Let me go ahead. I did not buy this palette. I do not purchase Too Faced products. I haven't in a while, and I'm not sure that I'm ever going to ever again. I did not purchase this palette, but my niece, who is 14, she went to Sephora with my sister and she saw it and she thought it was beautiful and she wanted it. Then she came home, realized that she couldn't do it, she couldn't use it, and so she brought it over here and she was like, here, you can have this. And I was like, bet, because I wanted it, but I wasn't going to purchase it. And that is the Too Faced Chocolate Gold palette. If this palette is this is the best Too Faced palette that I've used in a long time. And one of the reasons why I stopped buying Too Faced products, especially their eyeshadow palettes, is because the quality has slipped. It has gone way down. Like literally palettes that have no pigmentation. But that palette, if you're looking for, this is not your standard everyday palette. This is a very blingy palette, so you need to be looking for that. It only has a couple of mattes in there, so you need to be looking for a very blingy palette to get this one. But if you're looking for a blingy palette, you really cannot go wrong with this one. If you're looking for another blingy palette, I would highly, highly, highly recommend the Kevyn Aucoin Electro Pop palette. That palette has, yeah, it's beautiful. The shadows are pigmented. They last all day. It's a little bit pricey. I think it's $48. I don't remember. Price will be there. But yeah, if you're looking for blingy palettes, you can either pick up the Chocolate Gold palette or the Kevyn Aucoin palette. If you're looking for a palette that has mattes in it and transition shades, then definitely pick up the Chocolate Gold palette if you don't already have mattes and transition shades. If you have mattes and transition shades and you don't mind using them with a palette that doesn't have any of that, then pick up the Kevyn Aucoin palette, Electro Pop palette. That palette is an excellent, excellent palette. Now, if you're looking for nudes and neutrals, I would highly, highly recommend either the Smoky palette from Black Up Cosmetics or the, what's the other one called? The Brown Nudes palette. Listen, I don't know if you saw my video, but those palettes are hella pigmented. Like seriously, the colors don't look like anything, but trust me, they're worth it. They're $53 a piece, but trust me, they're definitely, definitely worth the price. However, I will say that even though I'm looking here. Even though I think the blackout palettes are worth their price point, I definitely think they are. I'm not taking anything away from those palettes at all. However, if you're looking for some real bang for your buck, you definitely can, and you haven't done so as yet, you definitely cannot go wrong with any of the Sephora Pro palettes. I have the editorial and I have the cool neutrals. I used the cool neutrals. I use the cool neutrals palette a lot. Like I've had to take the cool neutrals palette and put it aside so that I would not depend on just that palette alone, because I was using that palette almost exclusively. Yeah, so they're $68, but honestly I think they're worth it, especially if you're someone who is not if you're someone new to makeup, but if you're someone who's trying to build a kit. If you're like a new MUA or something and you're trying to build a kit, now is the perfect time to get something like that. I can't say anything about the warm palette because I didn't buy it. You guys know, if you've been watching for any length of time, that I don't necessarily use warm shadows simply because they don't look great on me. I've discovered that they don't look terrible either. Well, some do, but they don't look the best on me. So I tend not to use them. So I won't buy a warm palette. But if you're an MUA and you're looking to get started and you want quality shadows that you'll be able to use on many different clients, the editorial palette is brilliant. It's absolutely freaking brilliant. And the cool neutrals is brilliant as well. Like I said, I use it all the freaking time. I incorporate it into a lot of looks. I get most of my transition shades out of that palette because a lot of times I can't find transition shades in other palettes that work well with my skin tone or my undertone. So that palette for me was a win. So yeah, if you want to go big, yeah, the Sephora Pro palettes are the way to go. Now, if you're just starting in makeup and you're just like starting to build your collection or whatever, or you don't have a lot of money to spend, not everybody has money to spend on like these big $68 palettes, but you want good shadows. You don't want something that's gonna be inexpensive but kind of trash. I'm a fan of Sephora complexion products. Their eyeshadows and me don't have a very good history, except for the mini palettes that I got a couple of months ago. Those are actually quite good. Those are $10. I didn't really think about those, but yeah, I'm telling you that those are very good. I don't even know if they still have them, but in any case, the palettes that I'm actually talking about are the Huda Obsessions palette. Like literally, they're $27 each, and you can, if you were looking at the Sephora editorial palettes and you're thinking to yourself, okay, I like those colors, but they're too expensive. Each of the Huda palettes, you can use it to replicate at least one of the Sephora palettes. There's the Electric Obsessions that I got, which is a really nice tiny dupe for the Sephora editorial palette. Then there is the Mauve Obsessions palette, which is it's a good enough dupe for the warm Sephora palette. And then there's another one, I don't remember what it is, but that one and the Mauve Obsessions are really good dupes for the Sephora warm palette. And then you have Smoky Obsessions, which is a really good dupe for the Sephora Cool Neutrals palette. So, like I said, if you don't have a lot of money, those Huda shadows are, yeah, trust me. I didn't recommend the larger sized Huda palettes because I haven't used them, so I don't know what they're like. However, if the pigmentation, blendability, and saturation of color is anything like the Mini Obsessions palettes, then you probably wouldn't be going wrong if you picked up one of her larger palettes as well. Keeping it real, 15% is not a big deal. it's not a huge discount, especially someplace like Sephora. Like 15% at Ulta, that's a completely different thing. But 15% at Sephora, it's kind of like, man, that's almost tax. Like, so if you're just trying to maximize how much you can spend, or if you're trying to maximize the money that you have to get as much as you can, and you're looking for good quality palettes that serve, you know, a multitude of purposes, any 1, 3, or 4 of the Huda palettes, the Huda Mini Obsessions palettes, are a pretty good deal. I don't have any highlighter recommendations because, I don't know, highlighters really aren't my thing. And like the only highlighter, I don't do highlighter recommendations for the simple fact that I am a girl that likes a very subtle highlight. And I've come to realize that most people like very blingy highlights, you know, glimmer to outer space kind of highlights, and I'm just not that girl. So I don't recommend highlighters to people, because if you want to know what my favorite highlighters are, and if I think they're worth it, my favorite highlighters are the highlighters that I find myself reaching for, and they can, if you want to know what my favorite highlighters are, and that can be found at Sephora, my favorite highlighters are the, I forgot what the hell they're called. Yeah, my favorite highlighters that can be found at Sephora are the Too Faced Love Light Prismatic highlighters. Yeah, these are bae. I have all 3 of them, and these suckers are well loved. I actually used this one the most. Yeah, I used this one so much that happened. But yeah, if you really want a highlighter recommendation, yeah, I like these a lot. Most people, if you read the reviews, most people don't really like these because they're too subtle for most people, it seems. But if you're a girl that likes a subtle highlighter, those prismatic highlighters from Too Faced are the way to go. I have a setting powder here that is super slept on. Like, I never see anybody talk about this, but this is a really, like I said, I'm a chick that likes subtle, so I like the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish powders, but I find them to be super shiny. And then I bumped into this. This is the Laura Mercier Candle Glow powder. I believe these are 30. Yeah, this is the shade medium. These run very dark. But yeah, this is number 4. This is a toned down version of the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish powders. So if you like MAC Mineralized Skin Finish powders, but you think that they're a little bit too much, this Candle Glow Sheer Perfecting powder is the business. And this one, like I said, is number 4 medium. We're done. Woohoo! Alright guys, I'm tired. I might have been a little bit delirious in this video. My apologies for any incoherent ramblings or craziness. But yeah, this is actually kind of fun. I actually wasn't going to do it until someone asked me a question. And I was like, hey, I might as well just do it. But yeah, guys, this was a lot of fun. And I am probably, if I do purchase anything, I will, you know, come back and do a haul video on it, or maybe not. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But anyway, stop it. Anyway, I'm tired. I'm going to sleep. As usual, it's been real. It's been fun. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.